C8 Corvette seats. Which ones should you get? Which ones should you order on your car? These are questions that I get on my channel all the time. And guys, I've had these questions answered a couple different times from some of my other subscribers, one of which actually sat down and took some time to discuss his particular opinion on these seats for you guys. Now, before we jump into that particular part of this video, I want to talk a little bit about my experience. My C8 Corvette that I purchased in 2020, brand new, had the competition seats. I ordered it that way. I knew that I wanted the competition seats because I had failed to get them in my C7 and I was never going to let that happen again. Now, the competition seats in the 2020 or the C8 Corvette in general are different than they were with the C7 Corvette. They're definitely more bolstered and more so for track-oriented features or spirited driving. Now, with that said, I've heard a lot of misinformation out there on the internet, specifically here on YouTube, saying that if you're over a certain size, you really shouldn't get the competition seats. Well, I'm here to tell you that I am over that specific size, and I absolutely love the seats. Now, if you guys can't tell, I'm a little bit of a bigger dude. I weigh 260 pounds, and I'm around just shy of 6 feet tall. I fit into the competition seats absolutely perfectly, and my wife and I took my C8 Corvette, drove from Pennsylvania all the way down to the Florida Keys and back to PA, with no issues with comfort whatsoever. Now, with that said, I have sat in all three of the seats made for the C8 Corvette, whether they be in the C8 with Z51 package, or now the C8 Z06. I've sat in all of them, and they're all the same across the performance variants. And I will tell you, my experience, the competition seats are actually the most comfortable, with a very close runner-up, the GT2 seats, and the GT1 seat is actually the least comfortable. Like I said, I did take the trip with my 2020 from the PA down to the Florida Keys and back, and that was the competition seats. Now, I actually did a similar trip with a friend's car, which was an orange stealth-wrapped C8 Corvette. We took it from Pennsylvania out to Montana and back, and his had the GT1 seats. And I can tell you, those are definitely the least comfortable and also, in my opinion, the least attractive seat offering for the C8 Corvette. Now, the GT2 is a really nice combination of the GT1 and the competition seats without the heavier bolstering. So if you're not really going to ever track the car, you're not really ever going to drive it super hard, the GT2 seats would be my personal opinion because they do offer similar comfort, the similar style look without that extra bolster. Now, what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to bring Shane in. We actually filmed this a couple weeks ago down at Corvette World in Dallas, Texas, and he actually talked his opinion on the GT2 as well as the competition seats. He had never sat in a Corvette with these options before, and this was his very first take on which seat he liked better and why. So let's go ahead and jump into that one right now. All right, guys, so we caught Shane sitting in the only competition seat C8 available, and his thoughts are...
So one of the things I was most interested in with my build is the 70th, but I don't like the ceramic color seat in the center portion or the base part of it in the GT2 seats. So the competition reverses that, if you don't know already. Turns the base center portion black and gives you a soft ceramic color on the side of the bolstering right here only.
Yeah.
And so I like that look. But my always concern was that for the use of my car, I will take it on long distance trips. I'll do Route 66. I'm going to do a couple of track days of the year. So I wanted to know, what would this be like with long-term driving on vacations, trips and things that I want? How uncomfortable or comfortable would the competition seats be? And for the last 5 minutes of me sitting in these, the bolstering is excellent. It fits me well at 5'8", just over, and I'm 200 pounds, and the bolstering is excellent. There's no issues with it. It's very comfortable. This would do very, very well for me on a really long distance trip.
Nice.
I'm gonna spend a little time in the GT2 seats just to see if there's a huge difference. But from what I could tell, minus the small portion in the front for the competition seats, I'm pretty sure that the competition and the GT2 seats are very similar with padding and comfort, as far as minus the bolstering that you get from the comp seats. I think the comfort level of sitting in the long term would be just fine.
Yep, so I agree. We got Shane's feedback on the competition seats. Let's see what he's thinking about the GT2 seats on the carbon flash painted 70th anniversary edition. What do you think?
So like we were talking about before, the GT2 versus the competition seats. I've been in this one for a few more minutes, and I actually think it's missing a little bolstering
Yeah.
in the back of the seat.
Yep.
The comfort of the back of the competition seats was more comfortable on the back, and I don't feel any difference in the base part of the padding.
Yeah.
And there is less bolstering. You can feel it. It's not hugging me as much.
Okay.
So I would say there's literally the comp seats I believe are more comfortable for back bracing
Nice.
and bolstering in the back, the lower part of your back when you
Yeah.
sit down. Maybe because they're comp seats, maybe that's why they want to support your back a little better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't see any difference between competition and GT2 seats as far as comfort as of now, for maybe 2-3 minutes of sitting in the seat constantly.
Yeah. Nice.
So first, I just want to give a huge thank you to Shane. You guys might know him if you watch the Monday Night Lives. He is the guy who always updates us on the thumbs ups. Me and Shane have actually grown to be really good friends at this point. Coming up very soon, you're going to see a lot of content we're going to be creating together for the channel in the future. But ultimately, you got to hear kind of his raw thoughts on the GT2 as well as the competition seats. And even him, he preferred the competition seats. Now, there's a lot of reasons to prefer those competition seats, but some people are under the misconception that they are not for people that are larger. And like I said, that's kind of me, and I would definitely recommend these seats. If you're going to buy especially the Z06 or even the upcoming E-Ray, I feel like you'd be doing yourself an injustice if you're not at least looking at these seats, because they really fit the personality of the car and they really are going to help you enjoy the car more as you're driving it. Now, with that said, I can't discount the GT2 seats either, because they're also a very nice offering. They're a very nice option, and they fit the car almost as well as the competition does. So if you like those seats, go ahead and go for them. Honestly, in my opinion, the only one that I would really try to stay away from is the GT1 seats. Now, if you're going for a real budget build, of course, you're going to grab those GT1 seats and probably be fine with them. But at the same time, if you're looking to keep this car for a long time and you're looking to do any kind of cross-country driving or even just daily driving, I would say the GT2 or the competition seats are where you should be. Now, I really only say that the GT2 and the competition seats are the nicer offering because they do have a better look to them. The biggest thing that I like the most is that the center part's cut out with some carbon fiber bezels in there that give you the option to possibly put some race seat belts or race harnesses down through there, and it really just gives it a better, more supercar look, and at the same time it really helps make the car's interior look like it was designed for an upscale Corvette. Again, this is just kind of my personal opinion, so if you like the look of the GT1, you can absolutely discount what I'm saying here, but ultimately I wanted to just create something that talks a lot about what seat I feel fits the best and kind of debunk that rumor of the competition seat not being for bigger people. I know a lot of people are going to say that the GT1 has more padding than the GT2, or that the GT2 has more padding than the competition seat. And honestly, in my personal experience, that has not been the case. I do not recall feeling any difference in padding. If I had to guess, the competition seat might have a denser foam in the base or on the back, but at the end of the day, I can't really tell the difference in the amount of foam or the amount of comfort that each seat offers, outside of the fact that I feel like the GT1 was the hardest of the three, and in my opinion, the least comfortable. Hopefully this helped you out a little bit. I wanted to bring in somebody other than just me to give you their personal opinion as well, just so it doesn't look biased or anything like that. And I think Shane really helped out with that a lot, because like I said, that was really his first time sitting in a C8 Corvette, and he got to kind of test out both of those seats. Now, the GT1s were not even an option for him, so he didn't even take a look at those. But at the same time, I feel like the GT2 or the competition seats are the main concerns. Those are ones I get questions about all the time, so I figured I would try to get this video out for you guys and answer some of those questions. So like I said, hopefully it helped you. If you guys liked what you saw here today, please smash that thumbs up button. Let me know you're liking the content so I can keep creating this kind of stuff for you. If you have any questions specifically about the seats, I'm more than happy to answer them for you. So go ahead and drop them in the comment section down below, and we will definitely have a conversation about it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'm going to have loads of content like this coming you're not going to want to miss. And as always, guys, I will catch you in the next upload.